Okay, Lisa, you have the floor.
Salamat, Luci, and hafade hamdu todo guahu si Lisa Natividad tata guahanzo no I familiaku manamoro. Welcome and hello, greetings to you all from Guahan. I am a native Chamorro, and I bring our language story with you all today. I'm trying to do the screen share and I'm having a little bit of difficulty. Can you enable, please, the screen share? Okay. Okay, can you see my screen, my slide? Are you able to
Yes,
see?
we can, Lisa. Yeah, we
Wonderful.
can.
Wonderful. And so thank you all for the introduction, Luci. And it's so wonderful to see your names and faces from the Pawanka Fund, who has been so supportive of our work in the Pacific Indigenous Women's Network. And so as we talk about our languages and our strategies for revitalizing our language, I share with this opening slide that's a picture of a recent meeting of our network, the Pacific Indigenous Women's Network. We gathered in the state of Chuuk in the Federated States of Micronesia. We had representation from Aotearoa, from Hawaii, from Guahan, from the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, and the Federated States of Micronesia in this gathering. And I share with this picture because it's so inspiring, because in places like Chuuk, the language is not at risk for disappearing. Their indigenous tongue is the primary language of use in their jurisdiction, and it really gives us inspiration as we fight to maintain and to keep our languages. And so I am from the island of Guahan, also in the Pacific. I'm trying to advance my slide and it's not going. Okay, there we go. Okay, next slide. Or let me see if I can do it here. Okay, here. So I'm from the island of Guahan, and on our island, as you can see here, across a 30-year span, the number of our native speakers of our indigenous language has been steadily on the decline. And you can see there, in a population of about 170,000 people in the 2020 census, there is just about a little over 20,000 who speak our native language. And so in some ways, our language is at great risk. And so advancing to the next slide, approximately 80% of our native speakers currently are over the age of 55. And so as you can see there, as our elders age and as our elders disappear, move on into the world of the realm of our ancestors, our pool of people utilizing our language on a regular basis is decreasing. And so for that reason, we are fighting very arduously to maintain our indigenous language. And so one of the strategies that's used in my homeland is the enactment of Ikumishoni Finutsumoro, the creation of a Chamorro Heritage Commission since 2016. And so part of what our commission has done has been tasked with developing resource material to be able to transmit the language. And also central to their work has been the development and of our orthography, orthography and Chamorro, that we update on a regular basis so that we know how to spell our language as well, so that we keep up with the grammar rules. And then on the left of my screen here, I'm sorry, on the right of my screen here, you see Minecraft. And this is a new project that we're working on at Commission. And what this is a partnership to use the Minecraft game that targets children and create a Chamorro version of it so that we can use it as an opportunity to transmit not just the language, but also cultural practices and ideas. And so next slide. Are you seeing my slides? I just want to make sure. Oh, yes. Okay, we are on the same page. Okay, so the next slide is a recent effort, and we thank the Pawanka Fund for their generous support over the years with our network, our Pacific Indigenous Women's Network. And our most current project is titled Voyaging Across Indigenous Oceania, Revitalization Efforts to Sustain Our Mother Tongue. And so with the support of Pawanka, the Pacific Indigenous Women's Network was able to convene a meeting of over 200 people in a conference titled Tiacha Sasao, Dinanya Purifino Tautautono. And so the theme is it's never too late. Because oftentimes there's feelings of despair in the loss of our language. And so this reminds us that, and this convening brought us all together to share our strategies in terms of what's effective as we all work together to preserve our language. And so I think what really needs to be spoken is that when we talk about language revitalization, the solution is not to sit in a classroom where we're just teaching the language in and of itself by itself. What we find that's really effective has been to work intersectionally with other areas of living and of life. And so on this slide you see on the left, some of the blessing of our space was brought in by chants from our children who are in the high school programs and sharing through chant and through song and through dance the language. And to the right of this slide, you see the gathering where we had actually spent an afternoon at the traditional seafaring canoe house, because in traditional practices such as celestial navigation and navigating the stars, in the process of teaching navigation as well, again, are contained the language and the very high level concepts and words in our language that are quickly disappearing. And so that's our efforts towards preserving that. And so I have very limited time. And so as my time is coming to a close, I wanted to share a video of our children that are in our immersion programs, because we know from the research that language immersion programs are the most effective. And, earlier we heard from our Sina Namaka Rollins share a greeting, and she and folks in Hawaii have been at the forefront of using this methodology to preserve our languages. And so we learn very greatly from them. I had the privilege of visiting their programs earlier this year. And so I'd like to share this video with you. 1 second, let me make it widescreen. Can you see this? Okay, here it goes.
Dear Lisa, we are hearing, but we can see it, the video.
When children learn language in a school environment, everything
There's no
is
video, Lisa.
Oh, don't
There's
We
no
just
video.
hear the audio.
No,
Just the audio.
not see the
Okay.
video.
Okay, if it's okay with you, Lucy, what I'm going to do, I've seemed to have some interface issues on today. So I am going to put in this chat the link.
Oh, the link.
Can I
Yeah, you
ask
can
you
just
to
put
bring it up. I'm having difficulty. Everything I'm putting on the screen is not
Yes,
coming.
I'm just asking the link of the video. You can type
Yes.
in the chat box so that we can.
It's
Yes,
there
she just
already.
did.
So click it, scroll down. If you scroll a little bit, you'll see the video link, and then you can just click on the video and play.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
I
can
know
see
what's
it.
happening today. I'm on a different computer, so the interface is.
Oh,
we
there
go.
it is. There it is.
Yes. Thank you.
But it's going so fast.
Little bit further. Little bit further. There you go. There it is.
Okay.
Thank
There,
you.
okay. But there's no audio.
when children learn language in a school environment.
Okay, now.
Everything is a lesson. From lively lectures expert guidance and a safe place to practice make a world of difference. When language is allowed to live beyond the classroom, learning is accelerated. Infusing language into family time, playtime, and character building helps naturalize its application so the learning possibilities are endless. Ubas. Ubas. Manzana, como la manzana. These are concepts central to language immersion education and the primary tools that Chief Hurrah Academy uses to successfully produce Tamoto speakers. Hurrah, everything is a lesson in the Tamoto language. Our team of immersion educators understand that practical application is key, and Hurrah's curriculum is crafted with this in mind. Hurrah's language immersion methods holistically support language beyond the classroom by integrating parents into the curriculum at the onset. We ensure they are equipped with the tools necessary to nurture Tamoto in their homes.
Okay, that's good because the audio's got some difficulties. We can go
By
ahead and end.
utilizing these language immersion methods, Chief Hurrah Academy has successfully produced Tamoto speakers since 2005. We believe that providing full language immersion environments will continue to produce speakers, and that this will remain an essential part of Guam's efforts to revitalize and sustain the Tamoto language.
Okay, Sidzu Ismasi, and thank you for sharing that. I know the audio wasn't the greatest, but it is such a showcase of our littles. We have our immersion program for 3- and 4-year-olds, and our our elementary school. We have a feeder program that goes straight into the immersion school program, and we currently are running up until the 4th grade. And so every year we add an additional grade level, really modeled after what we've learned from the Hawaiian system. And so I also wanted to share that Pawanka very generously awarded Ihagan from Malawan Guahan a year ago a grant that supported almost 10 of our children in the immersion school program for a year's period of time. So we're really grateful for the support over the years that Pawanka has been able to help us in being able to retain our indigenous language. Sizu Ismasi.